he's bringing in the money so that they can have a great life together. And I think
it does. It depends on the deal that you make before you get into it. And yes, if that is the deal that you make, and that's the deal that you two would make, then absolutely fine. You could argue with it.
Perfectly happy with that.
It's not the deal that I would make.
Nor me.
No.
Own identity. Me.
Hey, it's funny as well.
It's yours and them. Well, listen, let's meet Tana, because as I say, she's more than capable of speaking for herself. And let's have a reminder of him indoors.
No, come on. What is that?
Okay, Elsie, this is crap.
What is that? I can't... Come on. Now.
Calm down. You're fine.
Come on. Start it again, yes?
When I saw him toss the dish in the garbage, I was terrified.
Oh. Please welcome Tana Ramsey. Hi, Tana, how are you? Sorry to be talking behind your back there, but I'm sure you heard us.
That's quite interesting.
So what's the story? Do you live with a Neanderthal man or what?
No, when he's home, he's completely different. He's just Gordon. He's dad to the kids. He's my husband. He's just wanting to relax and enjoy his time at home. Home is the environment that he comes to relax and to really, you know, wind down and be with the children, to be with me, and to have home time.
So, is that an act that we see with Gordon? That's not really him, is it?
Well, I mean, that's Gordon. That's Gordon at work. He's under a lot of pressure. His critics are just the other side of, you know, the wall, and he's got a lot to get out. He's got to get those dishes out. I think what aggravates him the most is when people are winding him up because, you know, they want to be a chef, but they don't understand what is actually behind that. The hours that have got to go in, the dedication and the passion that it entails.
But not everybody's like. I mean, he's quite unique, isn't he? He's so driven. It must be so tiring living with someone so driven and so. I mean, he's a perfectionist at work. He can't be that much different at home.
He is different at home. He really, I mean, he's just, when he's at home, you know, he's rolling around on the floor playing with the kids, and he might be working at home or up in the office writing menus, doing whatever he needs to do. But it's not a case of shouting and screaming like, I want a cup of tea. You don't sort of get that attitude from him. He's just Gordon. And, you know, he's you know, just my husband, I suppose. I don't really think of him like that. When I see it on TV like that, it's, you know, it's quite like, oh, God. You know, it's...
But you must have seen flashes of it in the beginning, because you did say that you weren't keen on him on your first meeting.
No, I couldn't stand him when we first met him. He used to really wind me up. You know, we used to go out with friends, and I used to think, oh, no, you know, it's not for me.
Well, why did he wind you up? What did he do?
Well, I was actually seeing a friend of his at the time, and I was quite a bit younger. I was only 18 at the time, and he used to constantly say to this friend, you know, she's very young, and just really try and make trouble, I suppose.
It's like playground, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he says to me now, I said, oh, it's because, you know, I liked you. And I said, well, it's a funny way of showing it, because I certainly didn't like you at the time.
That is a classic male thing, though, isn't it? If they can't get your positive attention, then they're just kind of...
Well, they do, isn't it? They always say, in the playground, pulling the pigtails and, you know, that kind of thing.
That's exactly the sort of thing it was.
So what does he bring to the party, then? I mean, Kim and I are sitting there saying, well, why should you do all the caring for the children, and why doesn't he want to change nappies and sort of be involved in that side?
I mean, I always consider myself that I was very lucky that I could give up work and be at home when our children were babies. I think that was, you know, a really lucky situation to be in. Then when Meg was just 15 months old, I was pregnant with twins. So, I mean, I was at home full time, and I was lucky to be able to do that, and I really enjoyed it. And I didn't see a necessity to actually say, these are your jobs, these are my jobs, can you make sure you get yours done?
But did you never, with kids that age, get to the stage, you know, I don't know, come sort of 6:30 at night, think, oh, I need a glass of wine, I need just to sit in a darkened room, take them?
But you see,
Or is that just me?
It's not just you. I think, I mean, before I had children, I was a teacher, and I think that put me in good stead to sort of, I knew that I had to be in a very tight routine. We had 3 children, or in fact we went on to have 4 children under the age of 3 at one stage. And it was really a stage of, I had to be so organised, and to be honest, by 6 o'clock they were all in bed and they were good sleepers, so I could make it work. I made it manageable. I don't know if I could do it now.
Why do you think a lot of people do frown upon women who actually stay at home and look after their children and enjoy it? You know, I'm often saying on this show that that's what I would do, and if I was going to have kids, that's definitely what I would do. And because I don't particularly want to do that, I don't have kids.
That's only if you're financially
people frown on it.
able to do that, though. Most people can't afford to stay at home with the kids. I mean, that is a luxury these days, isn't it?
Well, you see, that's why I say I was lucky that Gordon gave me the situation that I was able to do that. So that was his part in our relationship at that time. So I didn't think it was then fair to sort of say, you know, actually, I want you to change nappies, I want you to come home and make sure that the freezer's stocked. It was a case of, I think it was a luxury for me to do that.
Nice luxury.
But you are, I mean, you are sort of developing your own interest outside, and you're very involved in trying to sort of change toddlers' eating habits.
Yes.
You come up with vegetable ice creams. Is this right?
That's right. The vegetable ice creams was really a stage. I was doing some work with Cowangate, actually worrying about children eating healthily. And the vegetable ice creams were, when you obviously introduce a baby or a toddler to solid food, you start one vegetable at a time with purees. It was just taking it a stage further, making them slightly more complex, adding something like mascarpone cheese, and really making vegetables attractive and fun for children, and taking away that stigma of just putting them on the plate and saying, they're healthy, you've got to eat them. It was actually encouraging them in a different way.
But isn't that the battle that we're always trying to do, is to actually put them in front of them at a stage where we can go, this is broccoli, it's good for you, eat it. Is that not what we're
just eat it? Yeah.
Well, rather than dressing it up and disguising it, because it is broccoli at the end of the day.
It is, but that's why the thing with ice cream was so good, because you're not actually disguising the taste of the vegetable. You're doing it one at a time. You're not smothering it in a sauce. You've got the taste of broccoli with mascarpone cheese, which doesn't have a very strong flavour of its own. You're still getting the natural taste. And it was just another way that maybe for us, when children want a snack, of saying, here's, you know, some ice cream as a snack, and actually getting them off eating crisps and biscuits and junk food, because we're setting them up for habits that they're going to maintain throughout their life at the young age, when they are perhaps more, you know, they're more open to having slightly different things.
Well, I mean, it is a major problem. It's discussed often, isn't it?
Yes.
But we are going to have to, because I'm starving. I want some broccoli mascarpone ice cream.
You don't convince me.
Tana Ramsey, everyone. So before we go to another break, your last chance to enter today's competition. Who played Rigsby in ITV's Rising Damp? Was it A, Leonard Rossiter, B, Tommy Cooper, or C, Bradley Walsh? Call 09012 931 941. Calls cost £1, but may vary from mobiles. Or text the word COMP, followed by A, B or C, to 63337. Each text costs £1 plus standard network charge. Entrance must be 18 or over. Terms and conditions at itv.com/loosewomen. And the sad thing is, Carol's got it wrong for a second time. Back after this with actress Louise Jameson. See you soon. Welcome back to Loose Women. No more callers, please. The lines are now closed. Earlier I asked who played Rigsby in ITV's Rising Damp. Was it A, Leonard Rossiter, B, Tommy Cooper, C, Bradley Walsh? The answer was, of course, Carol.
Tommy Cooper.
Oh, not like that. It was Leonard Rossiter. And we'll let you know the winner at the end of the show.